We are finally live after all the technical hassles that we have just had now. Not helped by the fact that Kuldeep wrapped it up so quickly. Best figures for the birthday boy. I mean, what a birthday present for Kuldeep Yadav. 5 for 17. I think second 5-wicket haul. I think he took 5 for 24 against England at Nottingham in 2018. And now 5 years later, he's taken a 5-wicket haul against South Africa. So 2 5-wicket hauls, and South Africa, you're saying it would be a close contest? Nah. 106 runs. 95. They lost to Suryakumar Yadav alone by 5 runs. South Africa. Yeah. That's the margin. 1-1. South Africa can't win a series against India in South Africa yet. But this is what you expect India to do on a consistent basis.
In bilaterals.
You expect this in a bigger tournament.
No, in bilateral in South Africa it's been tough. They've won, but it's been tough in South Africa. But they've done it now. And what I'm happy about is, I keep saying it, with a young Indian team, which is showing you how to play. By the way, I hope everyone who was not happy with Bishnoi not playing because, Kuldeep Yadav had come back, and we were supporting Kuldeep Yadav for a reason, because he is this guy.
Yeah.
This is what he can do, and every time you have a Kuldeep Yadav, he's going to play ahead. And I agree that Bishnoi has been in good form, and that he's maybe the one for the future, the backup, but he still has to be backup till such time Kuldeep Yadav hits a very bad patch, and an extended bad patch at that, or he's injured. I think that's the only option where you bring a Bishnoi, as good as Bishnoi has been. And I think this is something that we spoke last game, when India got a below par total. I remember saying that if they're going to win, it'll have to be Kuldeep Yadav who needs to pick up those wickets, and they can win. On that day, Kuldeep Yadav could not do what he's done today. But this is what he can do. That even on a day that you've got a below par total, he can help you. Today, of course, I did hear some commentators say that in mid innings that India had a below par total today as well. I did.
Okay.
I did. But then maybe that may have been prompted with the ground that you're playing and the batting lineup that South Africa had. But now when you look at it, it does seems a bit of a joke looking at how India won and at a canter at that. So, I mean, Kuldeep Yadav, too good. What a day it has been for 2 records. Kuldeep Yadav and Sky.
Yep. 400s for Suryakumar Yadav, 2 5-wicket hauls for Kuldeep Yadav. And to do it on his birthday, that too. It again cements this fact that, okay, maybe the backing that Rohit Sharma gave him ever since 2022, I mean, if you look at it from that West Indies tour onwards, slowly but surely, and then made him a regular fixture in 2023, it's paying off. It's paying off in a big way. And today, the length, the speed, and South Africa thoroughly miscalculated.
So I'd say, tad helped by the pitch also, I would say, because it was misbehaving, let's be honest, in the second innings, because too many balls had started to keep low. That one over that we saw from Tilak, he almost got a wicket there because the ball stayed too low. And 3 of those dismissals, I think, when Kuldeep cleaned up the batters, I think the ball did keep pretty low.
Adding to that, the 2 wickets that Jadeja got, the one which got Markram, not only turned wickedly but bounced a mile, and the second one, I think that was Suryakumar. He was also undone by a last minute.
Obviously, the pace and the amount of grip that.
Amount of grip he got off the pitch.
Definitely got difficult under lights over here.
That's what I'm saying. While the pitch did get difficult, but we did point out that this has been that sort of a pitch, which is why South Africa played that extra spinner, which is why South Africa had their spinners pretty up early on. In the power play itself, you had all the spinners come in. So you knew that this is how the pitch is going to be. I agree that it got progressively worse when South Africa came out to bat. No denying that. But it also puts into perspective India's batting, because I see a lot of comments and people, cribbing. And I'll tell you why that is happening. A lot of people cribbing about, nobody is saying anything about Suryakumar Yadav, who batted a runner ball for the first 30 odd 30 balls, 26, something like that.
So he was 45 of 31 at one point.
No, I'm saying before that, he was a runner ball, either 26 or 30 or something. And a lot of people saying now nobody will raise a finger at him. And I know where this is all starting. This starts from the certain Tians who will support a certain player, and they're so blinded by, unlike them, we are not blinded by the love of any player. Let me be honest. No player. We will call it the way you see it. You could be mad fans. We are just fans. And there's a big difference between being a mad fan and just a fan. A mad fan will say, come what may, I will find a way to just keep supporting a player. A fan will think, what is the right thing that his favorite player is doing, what is the wrong thing his favorite player is doing. And more so, if you're going to be a fan of the Indian team, then you will always see from the point of the team and not individual. The problem is we always look at individual. That's why I see so much chatter that, oh, now nobody will point finger at Suryakumar Yadav batting at runner ball. Excuse me, he may have batted, but I'm just trying to tell you, do you realize the pitch that was on offer today? It wasn't the easiest of pitches, which you saw when South Africa was batting, and yet India got to 200. It only reached that I repeat, if you had played the earlier way that you were playing T20 cricket, you would have played according to the situation, because what do? You tell, nahi, this situation, it'll be tough to bat on, play in this gear. You would have got your typical, as you did in Adelaide in the semi-final and various other places, you would have played that particular way and you would have got 160, 70 or something like that. But that's what I'm talking about, this team, that even though the pitch was tough, they may have started like that, but once they start like that, they will take it to a 200 run strike rate or 180 run strike rate, and that's exactly what Suryakumar Yadav did, where he got 156 deliveries.
56, yes.
So that's
55 if you exclude the dismissal.
No, still, so whatever, 190 or strike rate,
178.
Right? That is what I'm trying to say. And so for Yashasvi Jaiswal as well. So the pitch was not great, and yet you have this team get to 200. That's what I'm trying to say. That why is it that I'm becoming a fan of this team and the way that they are playing, that no matter the situation, and see, this is what we used to be envious of. Honestly, I used to be envious of an England doing this at a regular basis, or an Australia doing this at a regular basis, and we used to be like, New Zealand to a certain extent, and sometimes they would.
South Africa too, really.
South Africa. So you would say that, why can't we do that? When the situation is tough, we bat according to that situation. We're always, park cricket. We're never pushing.
Safety.
Yeah, we're not pushing the boundaries. We're not being like, no, boss, we're gonna really, set a benchmark. We're going to be and this is what this team is doing. I believe you me, if you played your old school T20 cricket on this pitch, you would have come, assessed the conditions and said, no, this is not the pitch to be playing, crazy cricket. So Wankhede, pitch like that, okay, let's play crazy cricket, old school way, you would get 200. But then the other team would also kind of either chase it down or come close, because you are playing percentage cricket that. But even in a tough pitch today, the kind that they got, which earlier you would have reassessed when you came out to bat, as soon as you batted a few overs, right? That was the instinct. Yeah. Oh, no, let's go for, this is a 160-80 sort of a pitch, let's restrict ourselves to that, in that range. This team has gone 200, and dare I say that the last few ball collapse, if they didn't have, they would have gone even more than that, 210 plus, easy. So that is the refreshing change. This is where you are pushing the boundaries of T20. So don't give me bilateral series, this series, they started in this way, they started in that way, look at the net run rate or whatever. I'm saying just look at the way the team is playing, and then judge a player's strike rate or performance on that day based on what the other team has also done. If you look at I think Hardik Pandya in that Adelaide semi-final would have had a decent strike rate when he came out, but that was the situation. But I'm still not going to, give him credit. I'm still going to judge him by the way the two openers, Butler and Hales, the way they batted. So you have to judge in comparison, because then you know the condition. That's why I say.
Interesting, because in that match, I think at the halfway stage, everyone thought, in the Indian side also thought, okay, they're done enough. It was only England the way that they batted.
Competitive. I don't think they would have been confident.
But they're like, we've done a decent job. Yeah, we got a chance here, and they would have been, let's say, not uncomfortable.
Because same thing.
Exactly. But today, it was actually, it's a good comparison to make today's pitch or today's batting style or approach vis-a-vis what we saw in Adelaide about just over a year back, because there you were circumspect. Today you weren't. In fact, when you talk about intent more than today, I would actually go back to the previous match where Yashasvi Jaiswal gets caught the second ball when he's going for his stroke. Couple of boundaries for Tilak Verma. He knows he's batting in number 3. He's still trying to make his mark and all of that. Still goes for an aggressive shot, knowing that there are runs or offer. Still doesn't slow down. Gets caught in the deep. So that is what you call intent. Then taking your chance. That's the complaint that you've had with Indian teams in the past. It's happening now, which is why for that reason you want this team which is willing to die by the sword that it's living by. And that's what you've been craving for as cricket fans. So have this approach, go forward, let's see whether it fructifies or not. But finally you've reached that point after a long time wherein you're actually seeing something materialize or something come out of it.
In fact, I'm just extending that because you speak about the previous game and Tilak and Yashasvi. I'll just extend that. That's the fearlessness that I'm talking about. See, they do not come with a baggage. They're not coming with a reputation. Yashasvi Jaiswal got out first ball, right?
Or second ball.
Second ball, whatever.
Second, yeah.
Typical instinct when you're carrying a baggage, when you're carrying a reputation. Oh, now I can't be out cheaply.
Agreed.
Would have taken time, run a ball, and then do. Today, same thing. That guy didn't care. From ball 1, I'm going for it. Again, he could have been out early, but he just didn't care because either he's been told, or that's how he plays, or they've made up their mind, or they finally understood the demands of T20. He said, I'm going for it, boss. And he got rewarded today. He will fail certain days. He will be rewarded certain days. But in the manner in which he will keep doing it, in that fearless approach that he will keep showing, he is showing you the way. A youngster is showing you the way of how to do. Same for Tilak, by the way, today. First ball, typical, if he carried a reputation, a burden, first ball, nudged it for a single here, few runs, then maybe got sighters, maybe a boundary here and there, you're carrying on run a ball, and then maybe, what did he do today? First ball came in his slot, went for it, okay, got caught, went for it. That is what I'm liking about this.
There's that oft-repeated word which we hate hearing, processes. This team's actually following it because they're saying that no, we know we want to play this way. By the way, I also special shout out one guy who probably hasn't been getting to this thing. Someone like a Jitesh, constantly playing that one way, has not had luck go his way. Last match, 1 of 2 he went for a big shot, hold out to the deep. Today went for a big shot, hit wicket. You can say, okay, hit wicket is a partly your own carelessness, but at least I see the intent and I'm happy. Saying that, yeah, you know
and
what?
He improvised whatever said and done. And that was a good shot.
Yeah, because the fielder was kind of in, so he went for that shot. Unfortunate that he went a little too deep into the crease and hit, but again, that's something that in due time kind of evens out. You will see a big knock from him. When I say big knock, I mean maybe a 20 ball 40. And that can be a game changer considering what position he's batting at.
The problem you've had over the years is lack of intent. You don't mind losing, let's say, but the fact that you go down losing without having shown enough intent that the game demands has been the biggest problem.
And what happens in that percentage cricket? You will win games, of course you will. You will have those hundreds, whatever. But I'm saying, come the crunch situation, because as I said, your potential is this only, and you're playing to that potential that's helping you win. But the day you need to push your potential, there isn't an opportunity to push it. As I said today, the batting that you have, whether it was a Yashasvi, a Sky, a Rinku, Jitesh, whatever, you know with them, like for example, again I go back to run a ball or whatever that they did, you know that today because tricky pitch, they took their time, some did not. Yashasvi was aggressive, Tilak tried to do it, maybe they reached the situation where Sky said that he has to spend some time, eventually knew that he will catch up to that. All I'm saying is, people will say there are a lot of other batters, seniors or against, who also can bat like that. Why don't you support them? My point is because today Sky batted like that. On certain days, Sky can bat 250 strike rate from the first 20 balls. Can the ones that you're talking about bat in that gear? No.
Also, to add,
they will only bat like that one way that they know, which will work 50% of the time, not work 50% of the time. Sky can give you this way also, which he showed you today, but on a given day you need a other way also. He can do that other way also, which is not on offer with others.
Adding to the point, others you'll say that they'll bat conservatively, but the ins will make this point that our favorites can bat that way also and then make it up later. when they make it up later, are they going to make it up with a strike rate of 180? No. They're not going to.
Can they always afford to be the ones that will make up later?
No.
Sky's done it today and everyone is pointing out. Does he do it all the time?
No.
He does not.
Because he'll be going at that same gear from ball one.
Can the ones that you are saying who catch up later, which Sky did today, can they do like what Sky does?
No,
not a chance.
That's the thing. And look, everybody will point out from 14 to 16. Okay, all the TNs. The TNs will say, oh, okay, but Virat scores, anybody of their TNs, they score consistently. Okay, big hits, even they can do it. Now, there was a gap of 5 years from one T20I World Cup to the other T20 World Cup. 5 years. For the first time,
there's no gap.
You never had such a gap. In that 5 years, T20 changed totally. Now, in that 5-year period, what happened? One TN's fan base, he had a dip in form, total dip in form. Now he adopted a template which was working to him, is that I take my time and then I try to accelerate. But where is that rooted in? Pre-2016.
Exactly.
Pre-2016. Rohit tried. He tried and tried, but he couldn't. What you were pointing out about another senior, KL Rahul, got runs. But what was the thing? Strike rate. Strike rate was an issue, and not just strike rate, pressure situations.
Big games.
Can't do it. 3, you need a big game player. Among all the seniors in the batting lineup, I'm talking about only the batting lineup, no one is a big game player. It's been shown 5 years. 5 years.
No, Virat is a big game player.
5 years, I'm saying.
But that too, by the way, statistically speaking, changed only after this World Cup. Otherwise, he didn't have runs in the knockouts.
He had knockout runs.
We
Not
can't.
ODIs. You're mixing formats.
I agree, but my point
11
is,
runs we counted, right?
My point is that all I'm saying is, see, he will have good days, any player. All I'm saying, but there will only be one way of getting to those good days. With this team, there can be multiple ways of reaching those good days, is what I'm saying. As I give an example of Sky, his good day can come like it came today, where he played a different role to begin with, then accelerated later. His good day sometime can come in 100 from where he's starting off from the word go and he's had a long inning. His good day can also come in a way where he only gets to bat 15 balls and still gets you those many runs, which can make a major impact to the game. So his good day has come in 3 different ways. A lot of the senior players that we're talking about, their good days will also come, but can only come in one way.
And it is also position. The 3 players whom we have spoken about, where do they bat? Primarily top 3.
And by the way, I will say with Kohli, in T20Is, he's best suited to be an opener. So really,
now as an opener, do we have a very big drought of openers?
No.
You've got 3 guys.
No, you've got 4.
With this approach, the way I look at this is, since we've mentioned about Adelaide and the MCG game also gets talked about so often. With this approach, we've got to be ready for winning at Adelaide but losing at MCG. This is what can happen with this approach. You may not be able to come out of situations that you were in at MCG.
I may not agree. Who knows? Again, as I say, at the MCG, you lost those wickets early on, and you don't know at the MCG on a good day, on that same match day, a young team could have approached it differently also.
The operator
could have
finished
that game. See, it boiled down to a very tough situation later, because of the way you play your cricket. With a young team, if they attacked from the beginning, a similar total, who knows, you would have won at a canter that particular game.
And I'll tell you
who knows? With Yashashvi batting the way he does at that time.
So that you are all talking about
coming in and getting you a lot of runs, quick fire runs. Who knows?
You are all talking about this particular thing. Oh, we need to take it deep.
First off, take a deep template is dead.
No. Where is that template originated?
You've got to have the players. You've got to have the players who can play according to that template.
Those taking it deep firstly works a lot in ODI. It used to work in T20Is, but also has changed a lot.
But it is ironical that the guy who invented the term taking it deep won 4 out of his 5 IPL titles without even taking it deep. Look at 2011. The top attacked. 2018, the top attack.
Siddharth, it may not
2021,
be
the
just
top
in the
attack.
final that you need to take it deep, but I'm saying in the...
There was an approach overall.
Overall approach also. Whenever the top attacked, only then MSD tried to take it deep.
And now it's not even top. Everyone just has to attack.
Exactly.
It's simple as that.
Yeah, the game's changed.
I am saying with the way, whatever I'm seeing of this team, I would not want Yashasvi Jaiswal to be out of my 11. I would not. I would not want a Suryakumar, of course you wouldn't want. I wouldn't want a Rinku Singh out of my 11 with the way these guys are in terms of the players that I would want. Shubman, I don't think you can keep him out as because you're looking. I know that his form is a bit of a concern, but I think he'll get a longer rope.
7 single innings in 13 innings.
Yeah, age on his side. So I think he'll
And the
get a
next big
longer
thing.
rope. So you're not going to discard him earlier. Again, Ruturaj, whatever chances he got in Australia, he did well. So he may not get a chance, which is fine. But you
But he's
wouldn't
there
want to
in
discard
thereabouts.
him.
But again, illness. What a ill-timed.
Oh, even if he was not ill, he wouldn't have started. You can take it from here.
Remember, it was last year when he was shortlisted, but again was injured.
No, I have to focus on the finals. Again, you've seen in 10 IPL, supposing 13 IPL games, they might have shown the intent, but they have also lost finals.
Yes.
Because
The
the,
most.
top didn't show intent. Now, whenever the top showed intent, the guy who says take it deep did have to take it deep.
Why?
The same thing in 2007, barring that final or barring the first league game, which game went deep? 2007.
See, taking it deep is something that
No, by
worked for
that time
him.
that template hadn't even come.
Originated.
Why? Because there is nothing called as playing according to a template in T20Is,
That was MSD's personal template.
which we are taking it in a very
That
warped
is,
way.
no, but that is for players to decide if it works to their strengths or not. That was MSD's strength to take it deep because he knew he had developed that reputation. When you're facing a Jasprit Bumrah at the death, you know he's going to nail those Yorkers. So the pressure is on you as a batter. It goes the other way around when MSD is the batter then. Because against MSD, you know if you miss half an inch, the helicopter is coming out. And that's it. That's what he banged on. That's what he cashed in on.
The problem was that was something that worked for him. Everyone then tried to make it a team template when it wasn't necessary. It worked for him. Doesn't mean
You
it work
have
for
the
everyone.
player. You have the player who can soak in that kind of pressure and has the shots. Definitely, by all means, do that. But in case you don't, you take those half chances then.
You have to.
Why am I saying this? Because our T20I so-called template has been bound by this taking it deep situation, which is what I'm stating. Look at CSK, look at MI. They have hardly taken it deep when they won titles. And where is it? Intent at the top, which you are lacking in 21 and 22. Now this team is showing that intent at the top. Your top 3 senior players that you have spoken about, they are the ones who dictate how the team will approach a particular score. Kohli, a classic case against GT. What happened? He played 59 or 55 balls, 59 or 53 if I'm not mistaken. Why did we criticize him for that? He was getting back into form, but at the cost of team.
It was in 2022, I remember.
22.
Again, that's the team is ready to revolve around Virat Kohli. If they are making the playoffs with Virat Kohli being allowed to play a certain way and everyone else around him, maybe the franchise is happy. But that's again, it boils down to the team, the philosophy, and what their ambition is. If they are okay with a 180 score, knowing that if they want to just tweak their template a bit, and with that tweak, that score can then go to about 220. Maybe they're like, no, we'll take that one because we are being assured of certain things.
But
so
I
we'll
think
take
in
that.
today's day and age, the way T20 cricket, as Siddharth pointed out, from 2016 to 21, a lot of things changed with T20 cricket. Why? One, leagues around the world started to mushroom, started to become more homogenized. You saw more and more players playing multiple leagues, and therefore they were picking up a lot of tricks. One of those tricks was a mentality saying, I don't care what the situation is, you go for it. You have to go for it. There is no choice but to go for it. I mean, put it this way. Reverse the situation of that Adelaide semi-final, India-England. If India were the ones chasing 170, how many overs would we have chased it in?
19.5.
19?
19, no, maybe
If
the
we're
last
being
one.
Or 19 point something.
Yeah,
See,
even
so
the
you
last
take it
over
to
for
the
that
end
matter.
because 170 on that pitch was not a good total. What did England do? They said, hell with this, we're going hell for leather. we'll batter the hell out of their bowlers and send them home. We'll make a statement. That was a statement win if there ever was one. That told you that no, this team they've switched to another gear.
That also told you are far behind.
That you are far behind. Why? Because they didn't need to be playing like that. The fact is they played like that, beat you black and blue. Because that's how you play T20 cricket now.
Because where was the game lost? Not in England's onslaught. 10 overs for 60.
With no wickets.
That also, by the way, was again another instance
India,
which doesn't get mentioned so often, was also about, again like the WTC final this year, about the Indian team misreading the conditions. Because I remember Rohit then also saying we would have batted first, only then for Butler to, Butler I think had won the toss then. But Butler was very sure, England were very sure that they wanted to bat second over there. That was another instance which doesn't get spoken of enough. This time around, of course, you won the toss, and again the final this year as well. Rohit, out of sportsmanship or whatever, said that okay, no, we would have batted first as well. But see what happened.
See, you are erring on the side of caution. If you are a scared nation, you will make these kind of double stack errors. And one more thing, if you have got the biggest league in the world, that itself should be your license, right? Don't be fearful. You got a talent pool, go out and do it. Why has that not translated? Number one. And again, the most heartening thing that this new team, this new youngster bunch is doing is they're winning matches while batting first. Something that the previous thing never managed to do. Now, what was the main thing? When did you lose the World Cup final? Batting first. When did you lose the T20 World Cup semi-final? In 2016? Batting first.
Even
2014, batting first. 2022, batting first. 21,
But
both
be
games.
aware, trolls will get at you saying, "Arey, don't talk. These are bilateral series. How does it matter? This young team when they go to." I'll take that if the young team goes to a World Cup. Let them go to the next T20 World Cup and let's see what they do.
Exactly.
I think you present yourself with a chance. It's a gamble, I agree. To present yourself with a chance to catch up with the rest of the world in T20 cricket. You present. That does not guarantee success. Nothing guarantees success. But you'll be better off for the years to come after that any which way.
True.
If you were to take this team. But take it, you never know what they might do. What I'm trying to say is that they will not be behind the curve. Winning, losing is another thing on a given day. But at no point will you think that they are behind the curve. That's all you want to see. Have the best chance of winning by playing the accepted way of the format now, or where the bar has been raised to. That's all you can do. And I think this young team, by the way, we keep talking about the batting. I must mention, even though the pitch was conducive to some sort of bowling, Kuldeep being very good, but even there were tough times for the Indian fast bowler, especially Arshdeep Singh. So he needed to have a game. We were critical of him last time around, but he needed to have this game today where he did. Bowling those over. Siraj was unplayable at one point.
8 straight dot balls he had.
And this, he's now reiterating why he was rated. I know that in ODI cricket people you started counting him as the third best after what Bumrah and Shami were doing. So he fell down. But you mustn't forget that before that he was probably your best all-format bowler. Kind of bowling that he was doing just before that, especially in T20 cricket. So he's now reminding you of how good he was before that, and he's going to be very crucial now going forward. Today even Jadeja, lots of questions keep coming about Jadeja. So I'm saying this was that one area that was criticized, and the most heartening thing I keep saying every time you talk about where is the sixth bowler. Okay, it was 1 over, but at least we saw
Tilak Verma.
1 over by the sixth bowler. At least you're trying. I know it came in a situation. No, I know it came in a situation where you're in a very good position to win, so you were not scared. But maybe this will allow you, and he did a decent job as he did previously when he got a chance to bowl.
West Indies.
If I'm not wrong, that time also he bowled 1 over only.
Yeah, he got a wicket. He got a wicket.
With Tilak, and he takes himself very seriously as a bowler. Every single time you see the warm-ups taking place, this guy's rolling his arm over. So he clearly rates his, and by the way, his bowling is tricky. Well, the first ball he comes on while bowling, it's a carom.
Yep.
Goes the other way. I'm like, huh?
It does.
Impressive. So he takes his bowling seriously. It's not just those guys who will roll his arm over for the sake of it, not a pie chucker.
Yeah.
No, and for people who will troll, this is just a bilateral series. If you rewind the tape and if you look at what I said in the pre-match, I said this is just a bilateral commitment that you're playing. You are not going to get.
But you said it for the selection.
For selection. I agree with that.
But not for the approach and the way they're playing.
See, approach and playing, look, we've seen far too many of these instances, okay? If you win a bilateral series in the lead up to a World T20, you still lose. If you even lose a bilateral series in a World T20 build-up, you still lose.
So it's better to win then.
On that one particular day, T20Is in particular, on that one particular day, if you have a good time, semi-final and final, only then you're winning. You need not even go back in history. 3 years ago, 2 years ago, Australia, 8 out of 10 games they had lost. But then they raised their A game in the semi-final and the final. That's what you
That's
need.
Australia. That's Australia.
That's what India will have to incorporate. Mental toughness. This, as I said, this current crop.
What is this team showing you? That's what I'm saying. Mental toughness. That's what I'm saying. That's why I gave you example of that Yashasvi Jaiswal. Got out. He's fighting for a spot in the team, right?
Yeah.
It's very typical. When you're mentally slightly weak, you're going to be worried about what do I do? Let me get my runs. That's what I'm saying. Got out, first ball, second ball, whatever. Today, nothing. Isn't that a sign of good, tough mental toughness? I give you an example of Tilak, didn't get runs today, but first ball went for it. Suryakumar Yadav, again a sign of mental toughness. Maybe, the situation was different at that time, adapted his game, then got you those runs. Rinku Singh though, I don't even have to give you examples about his mental toughness. That's what he's been doing. That's how good he has been. So I think whatever you saw today was signs of mental toughness, and which is, again, I agree with you that once there's an ICC tournament, it's a knockout game, pressure, we don't know. But I'm saying that you've seen it, that the earlier team with, that baggage that they came with, they were maybe those expectations or expecting too much out of yourselves, the weight of expectation of the whole country, the name that you carry, the reputation that you carry, you're expected to do well, win. Maybe that bogged them down. With this team, that is not going to be there. Nobody gives them a chance. So maybe then they are better suited in that knockout scenario to play fearless cricket compared to the other team that I was just talking about, which comes with a reputation, with a baggage. From themselves, they have high expectation. The country has. It can affect. Go with this young team. They wouldn't care less. Play like this. And more often than not, they will succeed.
That's the thing. And look, 2007, you had a mixture of experience and youth. Most of the youth did not have the baggage or the scars of 2007.
Exactly.
Here, barring, Arshdeep has the scar of 2022. Mukesh doesn't have it. Neither does Tilak Verma have it. Kuldeep also ironically doesn't have it because he didn't play in 2022. So, if you look, he didn't play in 2022.
Was he even there?
He was
Chahal was there and didn't play.
Wait,
Ashwin
Chahal was there? Chahal was there?
On paper he was.
So, you look at most of the core batters. Yashasvi doesn't have the baggage. You look at Rituraj doesn't have it. Rinku doesn't have it. Tilak doesn't have it. So, if you want 7 players without that baggage, it's right there. You want experience? Okay, get in Surya. Okay, get in a Bumrah, get in a Shami. You will have to get Bumrah in. Get a Jaddu in. And by the way, Jaddu was also not there in 2022. He was there in 21.
Oh yeah.
So, looking at this current composition that you have, I know that the Indian cricket selection, the Indian cricket fan base are all bound hostage by the cult of personality. And they have tried far too many things for it to ensure that you do not have a stable base. It was destroyed in 2021, became a total khichdi in 2022. Now, if you do not want it to become an absolute nightmare, you only have 3 more matches after this. But May 4th, IPL, if the seniors do well, they will not
forget this. Tell me why you not criticizing. You criticize when Rohit was, when Virat was getting 100. Why you not criticizing Suryakumar Yadav?
I did criticize him.
He did not take the run.
The obsession and the fetishness that is there with milestones.
18.5.
18.6. He didn't take a single.
Last one.
Why? I mean, I'm sorry, if Suryakumar Yadav is so desperate to show that, I need a century, then I think it reflects his insecurities.
But maybe he backed himself that I'll take strike not for 100, but I'll smash 2 sixes. He can.
When he knows he can back himself and do like that, why do these kind of things? Why?
So this selfish, you think?
I mean, see, he got the 100, but the circumstances, I would agree. That fetishness that you want a century at any cost, that is worrisome.
Okay.
That is worrisome for me.
I think he's selfish. Shane Dias.
I won't go as far as to call it selfish for the very simple reason that I do think he backed himself. Maybe he also thought that Rinku's just in, if I'm giving benefit of the doubt.
No, Rinku had smashed a few by then.
No, he'd only hit 1-6, that's it.
So,
I'm saying maybe he just like, I'm the most set
but why are you not so nice and gentle with Virat then?
Because I'm nice and gentle with Sky because this is the first time I've seen him do it.
With Virat you saw him many times.
With Virat in this World Cup only, there were 2 games and two separate games. He gave me a reason to criticize him.
India, New Zealand, Dharamshala, India, Bangladesh.
So you think, no, Sky is not something.
If he does it in a World Cup game, I'll be more critical of him.
Why different standards?
Because a World Cup game...
But did he show you those signs?
Little bit. If I'm being totally fair, that I wanted that 100. He wanted that 100 for sure.
But you're letting it go by.
I'll let it go because they won the match.
Okay, he's not letting it go, he's letting it go.
I'm letting it go, but had it been a World Cup scenario, wouldn't have.
Why? What's wrong? You were winning the game that time when Virat was also batting, you were winning it. Why are you not letting go?
First instance was, if I'm not wrong, against Bangladesh.
Yeah.
When Virat...
Though, by the way, having said that, I remember at that time, honestly, I had said, so what if he's getting... The team is winning, na? And he's getting his 100. Kisi ko kya problem hai? It's not that they were losing, they were cruising. So what was the problem?
Partly that logic, because...
But in this case, it was different. They're batting first.
Batting first, but India already, again, looking at 200 was all but there for India when he was at that point, 18.6, so you only got 9, so India were at 192 then at that point, so just probably would have thought...
You're letting it go.
Okay, and maybe as Surya, enough runs on the board, I'll make up for this one ball anyway later on, that's fine.
I'm letting it go because I even supported Virat when he did that, because it was not a situation that would have, at the end of the day, what do you watch the game for? To watch your team win. That's what my ultimate motive is, because क्या एक ही आवाज सुनाई देती है,
India.
एक ही नाम सुनाई देता है. So if they win, and those occasions that Virat was batting, it's a record that is chasing. India were winning, I had no problem with it. Today also I have no problem, because I think that Suryakumar had a chance of scoring as many runs or probably even more than Rinku. So had he been the accumulator and the other side the batter was the dasher and he was not giving him the chance for his 100, then I would have probably raised a finger at him. But for me, Sky has more chance than anybody else to get more.
Anyway.
And if I'm not...
So if he's done it,
every player somewhere has these things going on in their head, and nothing, again, if the team's comfortably poised, if I'm not wrong, was it KL Rahul who said that, okay, he timed the ball way too well against Australia?
Chennai.
It was KL Rahul by his own admission who said that, okay, he didn't think he timed it enough and denied his own century in a way. So somewhere as batters, just like a bowler would have a fifer on his mind, a batter to be thinking about his own milestones.
But again, see,
Nature. It's the nature of the beast, let's say.
I can understand if...
I'll make it more realistic. You and I, when we feel we're doing good stories out there and it deserves certain, viewership and all of that, we're always rooting for that number, right? We're always, let's say our subscriber base for that matter, we're always looking for that 250, 300. Again, it's on the rise and thanks to our family members for that. But again, the numbers, especially the whole figures, play a role. Let's be honest about it.
I mean, it is like, okay, well, you know what, by this analogy, I have got a good story idea, okay? We both are on the same footing. I mean, I'm not a tail ender, I'm not a junior sub-editor, you're not a associate editor, okay? It's not like that. We are on the same plane. You are telling me, no, you do your story some other time. I want to finish my count. I want to finish my number of stories.
No, but Rinku and Sky are not at the same level.
I mean,
one is an executive editor. He's the captain of the team.
He's the captain.
And who's the junior sub-editor.
And he's not just a privileged captain. He walks the talk.
Yeah.
He can hammer it.
See, it's not a status and all. It's about the same skill set.
I know, but
established batters.
No. By the way,
batters.
as much as I'm a fan of Rinku Singh, I still think that it will still take Rinku time to reach Sky level. Sky right now in T20 cricket, You ask anywhere around the globe, if there's going to be a debate, in any debate, if you're going to name 2 or 3 batters, Sky will find himself. Rinku has not reached that level.
Yeah.
Okay.
So please, he's
again,
not only in every level, not only is he the better player, he is also the captain, he is the executive editor versus associate producer or whatever else. Example.
But again, if the tables had turned, if Rinku had done the same thing.
Rinku wouldn't have done this.
But if he had, then there was reason to criticize because he's the associate producer. He's not letting the executive go. And he's not at the same level as Suryakumar Yadav.
Then that is where the argument
You just
falls
answer
flat.
your own question.
That's where the argument falls flat. I am saying fetishness for a milestone. If it was Siraj batting at the other, I could have understood. Okay, don't take a stand.
Fair point, fair point.
If it was Siraj or any other tail ender, I could have understood. But this was a Rinku Singh who was capable. A capable batter, I can call him more than capable. And you yourself are saying, okay, Surya can make it up with 2 6s, 2 4s. That we all know. Then doesn't that say that, oh, he can't get it then? Misjudgment in that sense is it clouds over that, oh, maybe, no, I need double insurance, I need double protection. No, I'll deny the single and then I'll go for it next. That's the way, isn't it?
But he was already batting at 170, 180 strike rate. He was already in the 90s. Like, what insecurity will the man have who had 3 hundreds under his belt?
Not as if.
And the first name on that team sheet, by the way, if you were to make an India 11 right now in T20Is.
See, it's not as if Suryakumar was on 86 or 87. Then I can understand, okay, I will deny a single, I want my 100 blatantly, okay. I want to hit 2 6s, 2 3 4s and get there. But he was on 98. He was on 98 and it was not as if they needed 2 or 3 runs to win. They were batting first. They could have done anything. Whatever. Jitesh also.
See, the whole debate you are.
Rinku, Jitesh, whoever it was, they're all capable batters. Capable batters. It's not that Jitesh is a Chris Martin at number 11.
Okay.
So, if Suryakumar Yadav was on 86, then I could have understood, okay,
But then I agree. He did it because Jitesh had just come
in. He would have played couple of balls in that case.
I don't see anything wrong. It's okay.
But again, that fetishness
That's fine.
for a milestone.
Fact of the matter is, Suryakumar Yadav reached his 4th T20I 100, the most in the history of the format.
With
level on terms.
With Maxwell and Rohit Sharma having played 40 games less.
Yes.
Then compared to Maxwell and 88 games less compared to Rohit Sharma, and that in itself
statement.
Man,
salute.
He hits a century every 15 matches.
Salute. T20 cricket and consistency are 2 words that don't go together, but Sky is showing you at the rate which he is getting hundreds.
Every 15
if
games
he plays how many 140 something
148
at
games.
This rate, if he plays 148 games at this rate, he ends up with
10 centuries.
Yeah, he ends up with 10 T20I
10 T20I centuries.
I
mean, only
and the second best is going to be 4. If you imagine.
Even the universe boss of T20 cricket hasn't had that many T20. He's got 22 T20 tons. Now that is a record.
T20.
Surya on the other hand, I think is nearing 10 if I am not mistaken. He's got about how much 4 centuries with the Mumbai Indians also, if I am not mistaken, 3 or 4.
I don't remember.
No, not sure of the number, truth be told.
Yeah.
So, but he is one of the best. I mean, as I said, he is undroppable in this T20I form.
By the way, Suryakumar, the captain, he's going to give a lot of people a lot of headaches.
Yes.
He's looking like a good captain.
First, he has to recover from an ankle injury that he sustained on the field.
Who?
Surya.
Yeah, he wasn't captain throughout this match.
Yeah.
He was actually
anyway, he's not part of ODIs.
I know.
He's done his job. He's captain 2 series, captain well, scored runs.
5-2.
Good headache.
Yep.
Good headache.
Now he'll next be in action come January.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. We'll take some sawal. I know he's good. Suryakumar Yadav is saying he's good, he's walking, blah, 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 blah. Tanmay Joshi, what is he saying?
No need to hype mediocre players like Kuldeep and Surya. We know how they perform in knockouts 19 November, just bilateral bullies.
The narrative is already forming, I say.
It is.
I told you. I started the discussion with this.
Yes.
Did I not?
Of course.
Because I knew.
No, I'll say
This
something
is
that will-
coming.
I'm going to say something that will spark some people on the internet.
Tanmay Joshi, please go back to the start of our program. I knew this is what's going to come. That is why I touched that.
No, I'll spark a few people on the internet since apparently I enjoy doing that. Your Etians, how many of those big 200s came in World Cup knockouts? No, they came against Sri Lanka, no? Please.
And New Zealand.
Bilateral bullies, if you are talking about, then the people who you idolize, whose very existence around your identity revolves, have been bilateral bullies for years, my friends. Sad reality.
For 10 years, we have been all bilateral bullies. We haven't been ICC.
But that's not to take away the fact that Rohit Sharma also gave you 500, right, in the World Cup.
But then in the knockout matches, where was he?
No, but I think the comparison in ODI cricket, no comparison. Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, certified legends.
No, but only in bilaterals they did it, no? Bilateral bullies.
No, in World Cups also. I just see
bilateral
now.
bullies.
I am saying no comparison. In ODI cricket, let's be fair, they are head and shoulders above everyone. I've said it before.
And test.
And Test cricket as well. But do not mix formats is what I'm trying to say. and why I want to say this in a more balanced manner, because I think Tanmay is not being balanced when he's calling a Kuldeep and Surya as mediocre. Yeah. But I'm not going to go down that road and just be outrageously on the other side and say, whatever. The fact of the matter is, Kuldeep, Surya, most T20 teams would die to have them. I'm honestly telling you that. World over. Okay. Similarly, a Rohit and a Virat, even now and maybe for a few more years, are definitely top ODI players. Most teams would want that, but do not mix the formats and stop comparing players like that.
See, we have been failing across formats when it comes to ICC events, and it's not just one or two players. A collective team has failed.
Yeah, you freeze as a team on the big
As
stage.
a team.
And each of the players, that the ones you think are mediocre, some you think are legends, all of them have to be put in the same basket because they were all part of those matches. So let's be honest, let's look at things objectively, not as blind fans.
I think even before we answered, I think Praneet Datta sort of, saw this comment and has answered.
I told you Kuldeep
He
is
has
a
not
match
answered
winner.
that comment, he's just telling us.
It came after, so yeah.
No, he's telling
right.
us. No, but he said,
He's
I
right.
told you, Kuldeep, first let's read his comment. Praneet Datta says, I told you, Kuldeep is a match winner, undroppable.
I agree.
Completely agree. We in fact said it, that's what I'm saying. Not after India has done it well that we're saying it. Even that previous T20I, we had said it, for India to have won that game, if they were to defend 150, they needed Kuldeep to come good. We had said it in the mid-inning show. Only one player we had picked, Kuldeep Yadav. Had he had a good outing, India would have won. He did not. South Africa won. Simple. Completely agree.
Arian says, I was watching the Gabba Test highlights last night. It was more exciting to watch than this T20I game. What a final day. Are you T20 people or T20? Probably
Test
means
team.
test or T20 people.
Yeah.
Why can't it be both? I'm both.
For me, I mean, and I'm not saying it just for a Test cricket is far more enjoyable to watch. I can't put my finger on it as to why, but if you ask me, like today is a T20 game vis-a-vis a Test match, I'd any day watch Test matches. The only time that I enjoy watching a T20 game, I really look forward to, is during a T20 World Cup because there is context there, and I want the team to win. All bilateral T20 as IPL included, I'm sorry, all IPL. I don't really look forward to a match. I mean, I watch it because I like cricket, so I'll watch it, and there are other players to watch out, different. But I don't. But a Test match, especially if two good teams are playing, even if it's not India, two good teams.
Australia, England,
Something,
Ashes,
yeah, good.
And
Australia, South
especially
Africa.
watching
Yeah.
a test match in England or Australia.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, visually, the pitches, the outfield, the stadiums,
Yep.
next level. I can't get that in India. I'm sorry. Except for
That I agree with.
one or two
I-
venues.
Yeah.
For example, Dharamshala is a magnificent.
Vizag, another one. But
Vizag.
doesn't really get test cricket.
Doesn't get, which will get
Kolkata.
I mean, it,
I haven't been to Kolkata, so I can't comment.
I was just going to say, certain, see, old grounds, the legacy grounds, also there's a lot of
Chennai.
fun. Whether it is a Wankhede, whether it's a Chinnaswamy, whether it is a, even Mohali for that matter.
Ah, yeah.
Oh yeah, PCA.
PCA Stadium.
So a lot of these grounds, it's fun to watch test matches. Eden Gardens, of course.
Eden, yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Shashank PSS says, any updates on the women's test match? Who impressed you? I mean, we did actually put out a video on the day's end on the women's test. It was actually pretty impressive showing really from India. 410 for 794 overs, 4.36 run rate. Very, very impressive.
Yes.
Who, and in fact, if you're asking who impressed me the most, it would have to be the debutant batter. What's her name?
Jemima Rodriguez.
Jemmy,
and
of course.
Satisha.
Huh?
Satisha.
Oh, Satisha. I heard you say Satisha. And I'm like, I don't know what he's on right now.
That legendary actor though, not on him. There were 3 debutants.
Yeah, Jane Vido Yaro, get to the point.
No, Satisha. She was really good. Really, really impressive. She and Jemima had a nice partnership in the
Deepti
middle.
Sharma showed her caliber with the bat.
Yastika as well.
Yastika too.
Although I will say I was very annoyed with Harmanpreet. That run out here again, getting the bat stuck. How do you do that twice?
Exactly.
Sunny Ji would
Sunny
be very
Ji,
unhappy.
yes, exactly. But Sunny Ji doesn't criticize the women's team that much. Even I think he didn't say that much during the World Cup semi-final.
I can't remember now.
No, I can't recollect.
I'll check.
I think it was just, well played India. Man, that was it.
Okay.
Saurav Mukherjee is saying, it's not even seaside of SA. This win counts 0 in the scheme of things. We'll anyways end up with our stars from WT20, fans of individual stats.
See, not even Seaside, I disagree, because if you've got Markram, Klaasen and Miller there, that's your T20I or white ball core. That really is a
Risa
core.
Hendricks as well, I think, will make it.
Risa, Maharaj, Shamsi. That's 6 players I've named just like that who would be there and thereabouts.
And now Kurtzi as well.
Yeah,
he didn't
yeah.
play today, but otherwise he's going to be a
You
regular.
will have a Rabada and Engidi.
Rabada, Nokia if fit,
Engidi also.
Babuma if they choose to, which only acts
You
more.
have to play Risa Hendricks.
Yeah.
I mean, he had, I think, 10 or 12 consecutive double-digit scores in excess of 25 prior to this one failure that he had.
Yeah.
But because he wasn't in the scheme of things, because Temba Bauma had to be accommodated, that's where I think Riza falls foul.
Yeah, unfortunate, but it is what
Unfortunate,
it is. Also, that second part is, I think, our biggest fear. We'll anyway end up with our stars in the World T20. That's our biggest fear.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very like
The winds are blowing there.
Might happen. Yeah.
Sachin, you read? Okay. Says Test cricket is the best format only when both teams are competitive.
Yeah.
Today's match, you saw Pakistan Australia, no one was interested because everyone knew what will happen.
True. Don't deny.
I saw Aussie fans, by the way, on Twitter saying, man, please bring back India. They're the only team who can be competitive against Australia in Australia. It was that bad.
England would do well too.
Yeah.
Although in the last decade it suggests no, they don't.
Exactly. They don't.
Only 2 draws in 15 tests that they had
Correct.
against them. So
Okay, couple more questions before we wind up.
yeah.
Come down, ekdam niche, please. Okay, now let's take. Okay. Piyush Nandre says, imagine the batting order: Rohit, Ishan, Tilak, Surya, Hardik, Tim David. Just one fast bowling all-rounder, maybe Shardul, and Mumbai will be the best team on paper. Also Berendorf and Bumrah. Actually, yeah, good point. Yeah, the balance is
They
looking very
need
good.
a spinner, I guess.
They have.
Piyush Chawla.
And they have
Yes.
Kumar Kartikeya.
Kumar Kartike was decent, I remember.
They have released Hrithik Shawkin, by the way,
Yeah,
so
Hrithik
there's no
Shawkin.
chance of Hrithik Shawkin
But
coming in and stealing that place.
No, but I
They've
think,
retained Akash Madhwal, I believe,
Yeah, they have retained Madhwal.
who's good.
But don't forget they have a Nehal as well.
Nehal
He did
Vadera.
well, Vadera. He'll definitely
And who
feature.
knows, what if they want to get a Mitchell Stark or a Rachin Ravindran? Then that could.
Rachin Ravindra seems like a MI player.
Yeah, he screams, am I?
You know?
Yeah.
You've gotten your left arm spinner also, and you've also got an opening bat.
And you've got a Piyush Chawla. Opening bat for Ishan Kishan.
Ishan at 3. Because remember, your
Tilak Verma will go
Tilak
and-
at 4, Surya at 5.
No, it's not gonna happen. Then Ishan sits out 15 crores down the drain. Next season, back to the auction you go, my
but then
friend.
the problem is, in what was Mumbai's main problem, they didn't have a lower middle order last year also, no? They needed a lower middle order. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So,
It will be a good batting order, though.
yeah, it will be.
It will be a good batting order.
Okay, Vishesh Davar, is it?
Davar or
Yeah,
Pawar?
Vishesh
Davar.
The way Rohit took down and attacked fiercely in this World Cup, there is no other opener who can do that at that level consistently. So he's the only one who merits a pay.
I will just say what we always say when it comes to Sky and T20Is and ODIs: don't mix formats.
I mean, stats do support what Shane is saying.
IPLs, T20Is, Rohit, sad to say, has been underwhelming.
But again, when you try to understand narratives and you know how we work as a nation, again, he's
I'm
given you
giving my
enough reason.
perspective.
Again, he just needs to give you half a performance or half a reason in the IPL, or let's see what happens in the Afghanistan T20Is.
He's given them no reasons, and they're going and convincing him to lead the team. So
I mean, this is so ironical. Rohit has never had a good IPL, but yet you want him in the
they're
team,
convincing him.
and you're convincing him on the sheer basis of what?
ODI.
Leadership.
And ODI.
And a recent showing.
You know what happens when you mix IPL with different formats. Even a T20I, if you mix up with, you know how it is. Disastrous.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow is another day.
Yep.
And then start the ODIs.
Oh yes.
All the very biased.
17th, 19th and 21st. The second coincides with the IPL auction, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
19th.
19th.
Second ODI.
Yep. Johannesburg, you return here for the first ODI. Then you have it at Kepeherha, second. And third is Pal, Boland Park.
Home of the Pal Royals.
Pal Royals, yes.
Okay.
Player of the match and player of the series. Great Surya.
Had to be.
Suryakumar.
Yep. Okay, from all of us here at say 12:50 a.m. It's bye-bye. We'll see you soon.
That's it. So short.
Very short.
I mean, whatever, you also can chip in.
ठीक है, T20 I finish. T20 I sign off.
No, but T20I finishes normally have fireworks. No?
Yeah. Okay. Final T20I for India in 2023 is over.
Yeah. So good night.
Shabba khair.
Shubhratri, Nandri, Vanakkam. Eat a vegetable.
Eat your vegetables. Eat
Do
some
whatever you
onion.
want to do. Don't trouble your mother.
Yep.
Certainly not at this hour of the night.
I know. Fathers are here. Easy prey.
So that's been missing his father, we know why.
Yeah.
That's wearing a cardigan and a jacket today. The man who only hangs around in t-shirts during the winters.
I have to be
Very.
wary and also 100% healthy. At least until 30th.
Is right?
He's not
You should actually aim for 10th of Jan.
At home, I'll have no problem.
Oh,
he wants to end it. Let's